So let's start with the news then of the week. Timothy Low-Tala. Why him?
Well, he's a goalkeeper that we've tracked, kept an eye on. I know Barry Richardson very well at Hull City. I know Ian Pledger very well at Stevenage. Two good friends of mine, as well as people who I've worked with in the past. So they've obviously told me really good reports on him, and you know, it's we felt at this time, obviously with the window shutting yesterday, that we needed to bring another goalkeeper in, because when it shuts, as we know, and we didn't want to be scratching around for an emergency lone goalkeeper if anything ever happened to Lewis Jones. So it was important to bring some competition in for him, and we've definitely done that.
So he's not necessarily come in as an immediate, you are number one. He's expected to challenge Jones for his place in the team.
Yeah, they'll both challenge each other. You know, it's like any position. It's no different to the outfield positions. You know, when we bring players in at different areas and times, it's the goalkeeping scenario is no different. We want competition, and that will be the case from now. So it's also gives us an opportunity to look at a possible loan move for Ben Bottomley and Jake Oram, two young goalkeepers underneath the lads that we've got, very good young goalkeepers. So it gives us an opportunity to get them out to play some games. Would
any younger outfield players also be on the list, maybe to go and play in the National League?
Yeah, well, it's been a good window in the terms that we've got Jack de Grucci out, Tavunga Kalea out to play some games, Charlie Seaman. Adam Long has obviously gone and to join a new club. So Charlie Deji Satona has extended his loan at Boston. So we've done quite well in terms of getting some of the players out. There's obviously still one or two that would like to get out to play some games. So we're working all the time, Lee Glover, myself, Cops, Cliff, trying to find the right moves for some of the boys.
Was it just about a goalkeeper yesterday, or did you have other plates spinning? No,
deadline day is a really funny time, really, and still amazes me every single year when I see clubs making like 5-6 signings on deadline day, and it's like, you know, it's strange, such a strange time. Your phone doesn't stop ringing, players become available, people start panicking and throwing players, and we need to get rid of him to bring him in and stuff like that. So I didn't really want to do that, and I've never really done that at any club I've been at. We like to try and get the business done when we can, rather than leave it to the last minute and make it a big massive rush. So we wanted to try and make sure we done everything as best we could, and we did. So we've brought in, I think it's 6 signings in January, including Timmy. So I think it's been a good window for us, all strong players, and obviously helps us for the remainder 18 games.
Neil Collins, your Barnsley counterpart, has been advocating for essentially a return to how it was, so an all year round kind of thing for transfers. Agree or disagree?
I haven't really thought about it. I think everyone's got different opinions on the transfer window. What I will say on the window, I feel the window should shut. I would prefer, as a manager, I think I prefer it to shut as soon as the season starts, and then maybe open again in January and then finish. So I'd like that. Obviously, that month helps clubs do a bit of business, but for a manager, it's hard when over the years when players come in for your players early part of the season when you're trying to plan and stuff. So I think everyone's got different opinions on it. For us, we're just pleased how it's went. We're pleased with the personnel that we've brought in, and now we can focus solely on the league now.
You've got, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, 6 loan signings on the books now. Someone's going to be disappointed each match day then?
No, not really. The reason why we brought Timothy in on loan as well, we had 1 or 2 options to bring permanents in, but for us it was important to bring Timmy in. We've had some bad news on Conor Carty. The lad's done his ACL, which is going to keep him out for quite a long time. So he'll return to Bolton. So realistically now we still have 5 loans, and unfortunately for us and Conor, it's not ended well. That little nudge at Bolton, and the fact that he twisted his knee, at Bradford, and he's twisted his knee in the grass and got into the hoardings. So disappointed.
Wow. Well, let's kind of go down that road then, shall we? Well, Carty's another one, isn't it? That he's going to be out for a considerable amount of time now, isn't he?
Yeah, it's really frustrating for Connor, and it seems like they don't want us to have a lone forward. Obviously, Louis Marsh was another one. Someone's sprinkling some voodoo dust on top of the Doncaster training ground, I think. Yeah, Louis obviously with his shoulder injury, and then the injury he picked up when he came back from his rehab at Sheffield United, and now Connor. Yeah, really frustrated for the both of them. Obviously, Connor's just the most recent one. His first loan into the Football League, and he was just starting to get going as well. Started really brightly at Bradford, and a shame for him and for us, and obviously for Bolton as well.
And yet it was Ben Close who the ones that fans were saying, "Ooh, that looks serious." How is he then today?
Better than what we originally thought, which is pleasing. We're still waiting for the proper prognosis of it. We were half thinking, could that be an ACL injury as well, but it's not, which is good. So we're still waiting to hear. It'd be wrong of me to give you any sort of time frame on Ben, but it's not going to be anywhere near what we initially thought. So fingers crossed, we could be back very, very soon. But we still have to wait for a second opinion, which I think we'll get today or leading into the weekend.
Molyneux and Bailey, how are they in terms of injury and chances of being available for selection for Sutton?
Molyneux's good. Molyneux trained today. Owen Bailey's fine. Yeah, apart from the three lads that came, the two lads that came off, Ben Close and Conor Carty, the squad's quite healthy after that. I
think if Lo Tutela plays, that's 36 players that would be used by Doncaster Rovers in the season. I mean, if that doesn't sort of explain a lack of consistency, I'm not really entirely sure what does. I mean, it's been just horrendous in that sense this year, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, it's been a season of constant setbacks, sort of thing. We seem to get a squad fit and available, and then we end up picking up another couple of bad injuries. Obviously, Ben's nowhere near as bad as Connor's, but we've been unfortunate. There's nothing we can do and control them situations. It's just the nature of football. Obviously, the Molyneux ones, it was a stamp, but we thought that was going to be quite nasty as well. But he's settled down. And the other two that we can't control when you have knee injuries like that. So there's nothing much we can do about it. That we can sit there and cry about it and moan about it and talk about it, but ultimately we just need to crack on and put a team in the pitch that we feel it can be really competitive for these next 18 games starting tomorrow.
And yeah, starting tomorrow, a lot of fans have arrowed in on the fact that it's Sutton where they are in the table and the points difference between the two sides right now. Is it must win from Rovers' perspective?
We're just looking forward to the game. That's not the sort of language I'm using to anyone in this building, and we're not speaking like that. We want to go and perform and win the game. That's what we want to do. The talk of must win and this, that and the other can be from outside the club. For us, we want to just focus on the game and do our best to try and win the game, like we do all the time. So for us, that'll be no different.
How real, though, do you think the threat of relegation is right now, as I'm outside of the club? So how real do you think the threat of relegation is? Again,
that's for other people to speak about. That's not for us to speak about. We're not speaking about relegation or anything like that. We know we've got 18 games left, a lot of points to play for. We're starting to, obviously we've lost a couple of players, but the squad's looking healthier. We've recruited well in January. For us now, we have to make sure that we go and hit these games head on as much as we can, every single one of them, and see where we go. For us, all we're doing is looking to try and look at how far we can finish up this table. So that is our focus.
Sutton then, as a challenge, what threats do they pose then tomorrow?
Truthfully, I've been focused on us. We're focused on us. We're focused on making sure we get our own game right. Obviously, we know them. We've watched them. We've seen them. We've done our work on them like we do on every team. but the whole focus on the game tomorrow is us and making sure that we play our game and hopefully come away with the 3 points.
How much in circumstances like this, and I appreciate you've not been in them on a regular basis, is a time for battlers, that kind of mentality, grit and determination?
I think every game's the same. Every game's like that. You have to win duels and fight and things like that. It's that's what we got to do in every single game, and then you'll be able to play your football after that. So obviously we want to go there and stamp the game onto them and make sure that we're on the front foot and we're attacking them and creating opportunities and scoring goals. So we'll hopefully try and do that and see where it takes us, and hopefully we can try and get the 3 points.